guys.
I'm going to try my best to keep my focus on the camera, even though it's going to be a lot easier for me to look at your faces this way.
I don't know
What do you think of this new get up?
I like that.
This is a good one. It's a gator. I just turned it into a hat.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I thought it still looked better than John's hat.
Dude from Louisiana turning a gator into a hat, that makes a lot of sense.
It's pretty appropriate.
Should I wear my hat like this then?
I like that.
Yeah, you know what? I don't like wearing these straight billed hats in the front though. Ugh.
Yeah.
I don't
just
like
look
wearing the
stupid.
straight billed hats at all.
I like these 80s painter hats. They're pretty sweet. This is my typical. This is what I go with all the time. Like if I'm going to buy a hat, it's going to be 80s painter hat.
When I'm going to go see a Loverboy concert,
Yeah.
it's an 80s painter's hat. That's what I'm wearing.
I want a Guardians one now.
A Guardians
they won
painter
today.
hat?
Yeah, and I didn't get to fucking watch it because the Major League Baseball sucks.
I watched
know,
it.
It's on at noon today. Come
Yeah,
on.
dude. They're always like, let's figure out how to get more people interested in baseball. I know, let's have a playoff game at noon on a Friday. That's great. Awesome.
The marketing is through the roof there.
Yeah.
Well, did you check the Guardians Twitter account today?
I did not.
They said that they're giving everyone permission to miss work and school, and their picture was like a permission slip. Like on this date, the Cleveland Guardians are giving insert name here, permission to leave work early.
Yeah, we'll see if that works anywhere. No, it is really dumb though. I don't know.
So, like, here was my thing with it. Like, I feel like growing up, I used to go to like playoff games all the time, like in the '90s and everything. Like when that happened, I clearly remember like not going to school or being taken out of school early to go to the game. But like, is this the first year they've done like a noon game?
That I remember, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can't remember the last time that they did something.
I remember them.
Why would you do that? It's a playoff game. There's not even that many games on right now.
Yeah, I remember me bitching about it. Like whenever I was like a teenager, I remember bitching about it because they'd be on at like 4:30. But yeah, I never remember being on at noon. That's crazy.
I do like how Major League Baseball goes from season on Monday. Season ends on like Monday. Playoffs start Tuesday.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I like that. It's that ends Monday morning, starts Monday afternoon. So
it's just they're so bad at getting people interested in baseball. Like it's the fucking worst, dude. Like I don't know. They have a game at noon tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like, let's compete with college football. Yeah.
Right.
It sounds great. Yeah, it's fucking stupid. Dude, I thought this would be a good thing for Dan. I was kind of pissed last night because I was at Hilarities. Not pissed, but just like felt like an idiot. I was at Hilarities and I was standing there with Jeremy Demery, and Dan Soder comes up to us and introduces himself and shit. We're talking to him, one of my favorite comics, and he sees Jeremy's shirt, and Jeremy had a shirt on from a comic book store in New York, and they just start talking about comic book stores and shit, and I'm just like, I have nothing to add to this conversation.
Go to a comic book store. They're fucking awesome.
I just thought Dan Brown would fucking thrive right now.
Oh, I would. I have opinions.
Yeah. Yeah.
About comic book stores?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, me and Carter were talking about last night. I said we should just have a weekend where we just like watch wrestling and read comic books just for like networking reasons with comedy. Because
are you just trying to insult me right now?
No, it's just there's so many.
You're talking like I'm not in the chat.
There's so many comedy people that are like nerds with wrestling and comic books and shit, and I know nothing about. If you want to talk to me about strictly strictly like 97 to like 2000s WCW, like I'm straight. I can do that. That's great.
We can talk. We can talk about that.
Yeah, if we want to talk about like
But here's the thing.
NWO,
What I'm saying is
WWO,
I do it correctly.
Oh,
Most
what?
comedians do it wrong. Okay.
Oh
I
yeah,
talk about comic books and wrestling, especially wrestling. I hear so many dumb shit opinions from comedians about, oh, they should do this. Fuck you. You don't know shit. Glad we're talking about this in a football podcast.
I know. I was going to say, speaking
agree.
of that,
oh shit.
The closest we come to a football
well, you know
podcast.
what? It's not like
Talking about
anybody's
that
here to
Guardians
listen
game.
to us bitch about this shit right now.
Well, Dwayne the Rock Johnson was a college football player, and he was in Ballers, so it kind of relates to football.
And he owns a football company now.
Do you,
Baker Mayfield
Dan,
will join next year.
do you know Steve
From the Canadian
Dr.
League?
Death Williams?
Huh?
Did
What's
you
that?
know Steve Dr. Death Williams, wrestler? Is in
I
the
know of Steve Williams. I never met him.
Dr. Death? Steve
Yeah,
Dr.
Dr.
Death
Death.
Williams.
Yeah.
I think he's dead now. It's the only
Yes, he
reason
is.
I'm telling the story. So he lived out by our neighborhood, right? And
He's just wrestling the swamp.
yeah, back when I was in Louisiana. And so it was by a swamp. Shut the fuck up. I'm not laughing about that. I mean, there's swamps there. The fuck? It's like by a cornfield in Ohio. Yeah, by a fucking cornfield. Anyway, John, so my buddy wanted to get a souvenir from his house for some reason. This is a kid that's the son of a state trooper. So he decides he's going to jump the fence and go into Dr. Death's compound there and steal the dice air cap covers on his tires. That's what he was going to do. I can't make this shit up. So he gets in there and these fucking dogs come flying out from around the back of the house, and he's stuck up under the truck, you know, with these dogs barking at him. And Steve Dr. Death comes out there and is screaming at the dogs and shit, and he grabs the dogs, pulls them in, and my buddy comes back to the car with like pee all over his pants. And that's the end of that story. So there you go.
I thought for sure you were gonna say that's where you got the gator for your gator hat.
No.
No.
There's gators. Come on now, man. Gators.
There's all kinds. There's not as many gators in Louisiana as there's in Florida. I know that, but
Yeah, it's pretty much owned by gators, I believe.
Yeah.
Well, that is a cool story.
It doesn't have a good ending, but he did pee his pants, and that was funny. So
I imagine
hell
he probably
yeah.
would have peed his pants if Dr. Death Steve Williams would have got his hands on him.
right, got his hands
He was
on
a
him.
tough dude. He was a legitimate tough dude.
Yeah, he played football at SMU, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, was it during the scandal,
probably.
or was that long before the scandal?
I don't know.
Dr. Death.
David Morales is my favorite Browns. These two guys. All right. So this week, Garrett's going to be back.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Clowney practiced today.
All right.
So you think he's going to be back? Game time decision. You think he'll sit?
I think he'll play.
I think he'll sit. I think he'll play. I just said that because Dan said I think he'll play.
That's the right answer. Y'all should get more aggressive and fight about it more, though. Jesus Christ.
That's just an opinion-based one. Up until we actually see what happens, I think he's going to play. I think he's going to sit. Yeah, I think he plays.
No, yeah, I think he'll play. He'll be there.
I hope that if he does, he at least fucking gets like a sack. That would be great.
Clowney?
Yeah,
Maybe. He's not really a sack guy, but
I know.
let's stop
He's
the
more of a
run.
Stop the run guy.
A lot of people were recommending Eckler this week because the Falcons just like ran all over us, and I'm like, yeah, we didn't have Myles Garrett or Jadeveon Clowney.
Right.
So if we have both of them, it's going to be a lot different. I don't know.
Well, the Chargers are coming off a loss.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but every week, Justin Herbert's ribs get a little better. So I don't know. I think he'll be better than he was last week.
well, do we think Jacoby's going to be better than he was last week? I thought he was pretty good up until that interception.
Yeah, man. That wasn't really his fault. Run the fucking ball there. I mean, I look at like you didn't bring him in to like win games for you. You brought him in to manage games.
Mhm.
So maybe at the end of the game, don't call pass plays. I don't know.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You know, another bad example for clock management on that game as well. They can't fucking run out a half.
Dude.
I mean, come on. They did it again. It's goddamn frustrating to watch them do that.
All 4 games this year, we've dominated time and possession the entire game and scored points. Our defense just cannot hold up in the fourth quarter. It's all about whether our defense holds up in the fourth quarter, whether we win or not this season, apparently. Like, that's it. Is our defense going to do something in the fourth, or are they going to lose the game for us? Basically is what it comes down to.
It just comes to one play at the wrong time, you know?
Yeah.
One play at the wrong time.
Yeah, I get
that wrong time could be like right at the beginning of the game. You never know when that wrong time is.
Yeah,
usually the wrong time comes later. That's usually when they slam the door on you. You can't quite slam the door on somebody the first play of the game. You still have the rest of the game to play.
My frustration with this team this year is that actually not just this year. Stefanski is very bad at I guess I don't know if it's time management or just play calling in the crunch time, but I don't know. It just seems like that game. Yeah, I understand wanting to score a touchdown, not going for the tie, going for the win, but you had a minute and a half left. You could have ran the fucking ball. Run your regular fucking game plan. Why are you going into like hurry up offense, passing the ball when you have the option to kick the field goal and you can run the ball for you're beyond the 50. I don't get it. It just doesn't make any sense.
Well, when it comes to Stefanski, he just constantly says, oh, we got to do better. We got to do better. Yeah, no shit. You got to do better. That goes without saying.
Yeah.
Well, if we beat him by 50, you should do better and beat him by 60.
Yeah. I wish like he would do the same thing. If he's going to do that, that'd be fine. But I wish he would do the same thing when they won. Just come out and be like, we did better.
Yeah.
That's all he says,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, that's kind of like a Pat Shurmur response. I mean, Pat Shurmur was always like, yeah, we got to do better. We got to score more points if we want to win. It's like, no shit, you don't.
We have to score more points than the other team if we really hope to win this game.
We're not going to win if we don't score as many points.
Score more points.
Now, I do want to say this. I did look up some stats. Right now, we are first in the division for the AFC North. Los Angeles, they are second. And we both have the same records, 2-2. We're both going to be coming off a loss. One thing I did notice that was pretty interesting is that we have scored 105 points this season, and we've allowed 95 points. Somehow we're 2-2.
Should be 4-0.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Los Angeles has scored.
This could be a 4-0 season.
I know. And Los Angeles has scored 92 points, and they have given up 108. So negative 16 differential.
Wow, they suck.
I mean, we're plus 10, they're negative 16. I don't know. I think this game may be closer than we think.
Well, yeah. I mean, you look at they're without Joey Bosa. They still have one of the best safeties in the league in Darwin James. He's somebody you got to watch the whole game. But I don't know. I think the Browns can handle him. I don't know. They seem to always play well against San Diego at home.
Well, for the
Los
record,
Angeles, they moved.
Or whatever. I'm still calling them San Diego. Fucking fine.
let's say if they go play the game in San Diego, somebody's gonna have to forfeit because the other team won't be there.
Yeah. I said San Diego at home against the Browns, but whatever.
Well, last week I predicted a tie.
Yeah.
And
Oh, I thought you were going to get it too.
I came this close.
I wanted so bad for the Colts to tie the Broncos last night. I wanted
How
it to
great
happen
would that have been?
so bad. Then be the first team ever to have 2 ties in one season, and it happened in the first 5 weeks. That would have been awesome.
Yeah, who'd have thought the Colts were going to pull that off?
You meant me in 2-2-2.
I almost call it, and I'm going to call them the Baltimore Colts, because
Hey, it's a little longer ago than that. There's another team in Baltimore already, if you didn't notice.
right, the Browns.
No, don't fucking bring that I am Chad shit onto this podcast. That is not what happened.
Nope, the Browns, the colors and stuff, everything, they stayed here. That fucking Ravens. Anyway.
Yeah. And we don't know if any of that would have turned out the same if they would have stayed in Cleveland. So can't really.
That is true.
I would suspect that it would have turned out the same if they stayed in Cleveland.
I would suspect that they would have kept Bill Belichick if they would have stayed in Cleveland.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't have turned out the same.
So just as a check-in for all of our Baker Mayfield fans out there, currently ranked number 29.
I have
Number
to
29.
say, I do have to say though, one thing in defense of Baker is he is playing for one of the worst coaches in the National Football League. Matt Rule is fucking terrible, dude. He is so bad. For one thing, you have DJ Moore, who's one of the fastest receivers in the National Football League. And if you've watched any Carolina games, they're not running any schemes to get him open at all. Like, I don't know what their coaching just sucks. It's almost as bad as Arizona. Arizona's even worse. I feel bad because I think Kyler Murray's a good quarterback. I just think he needs some coaching. And Cliff Kingsbury is terrible. He wasn't even a winning head coach in college. That was the one. I didn't understand that hire at all when they hired Cliff Kingsbury.
Yeah, part of me feels bad for him. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I think he's wasting a lot of his potential in Carolina right now. But I mean, be that as it may, I do think that this helps shed a light on, hey, this is really how the guy does play. Like, was he coached up? Was he surrounded by? I mean, he had Chubb, he had Landry, he had Hunt, he had Donovan Peoples-Jones was good for a while there for him. I mean, he had Higgins, who was a great receiver for him. Njoku. I mean, we surrounded him with a lot of really good weapons. And for being honest right now, we're watching Jacoby Brissett play better with these weapons than Baker Mayfield did. Now, granted, Baker was injured last year. I still think we need to point that out. But I mean, I'm a Baker bro as much as anyone else, but this has been
I've got my thoughts. I'm telling you. I don't know. I think it's bad that he went to a situation that was less than what he left.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That really sucks, especially in a contract year that he would have to go play with a less more betterer team. And that the fact that he has the highest rated batted balls is just crazy. In that first game we played, we had 5. We had 5 batted balls in that game.
Less more betterer. Is that what
you said? It's less more betterer.
Hell yeah.
You know exactly what I mean.
Fucking Louisiana education right there. No, it is. it sucks that he went to a shitty team because like I think if he starts playing well and they win a game, they might bench him for Sam Darnold because they're fucking going for CJ Stroud, dude. That's no.
I'm telling you right now, I'm calling it. Baker's going to be the next quarterback to get benched. I bet he gets benched this weekend.
What's their record right now?
They're 1-3.
Yeah, I don't think he gets benched this game, but he gets benched after this game.
Who are you going to bench him for?
Yeah.
Who are you going to bench him for? You've already seen Sam Darnold suck.
I don't know who's their long snapper.
Yeah, dude. They're not even in. They're actually. What's funny is they're not even technically in last place. The Saints are, even though the Saints are like an actual good team right now. Like it is weird.
Have the Saints just played a harder schedule so far?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then.
So, yeah, and the Saints are going to be fine. They're just Jameis Winston's going through some injuries right now, and when he comes back, they'll be fine.
Well, I mean, look back to a couple years ago with when Tom Brady and Gronk joined Tampa Bay. Like those first 8 games seemed like Tampa Bay wasn't going to do anything special. You know, they ended up winning the Super Bowl that year. So, I mean, maybe that's what's going on with the Saints right now. Like, hey, we've had a really tough part of the schedule here. The rest of the schedule is going to be a lot easier. So we might be, what are they, 1-3, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be 1-3, but they could end up, I don't know, 10-7.
It took me 21 minutes to figure out that I can still lean back in my chair and point my computer camera at my face. So
yeah, I know you were kind of hiding behind the text there.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, I know you're not wanting people to see that hat, but
no, I want people to see this hat.
I'm actually going to say the opposite. I want I want the rest of his face covered up in just the hat, so it's like the hat's doing the podcast.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. Fuck.
The Browns Hat Podcast. I like it. It's a good one. It's just a hat. You hear John's voice in the background.
So right now, you have Houston 0-3, 0-3-1. Forgot that one, and they're the only team that hasn't won a game yet. So Houston, CJ Stroud. I don't know. Who are the other guys? Have you guys watched college football at all this year?
I went to an Ohio State game last weekend, but I couldn't tell you much about it.
Oh, yeah, dude. That's the experience of going to an Ohio State game.
I know. I will say this. I did know this. It was really easy to get in, really easy to get out.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was unbelievable. I mean, we went right in.
Did you park on someone's lawn?
Do what?
Did you park on someone's lawn?
No, we took an Uber down there.
Oh, okay.
To the tailgate.
Dude, the tailgates down there are fucking blast.
Yeah.
Everybody's got fucking trailers with TVs and shit. Like it is crazy down there.
Yeah, we were in the back of an ambulance.
Oh yeah.
An Ohio State ambulance. Guy had TVs all over it. It was awesome.
Yeah, there's some. Well, those are all the people that tailgate down there are usually like the wealthy alumni because they're the ones that get season tickets to all the games. I mean, that's my one. I think my one uncle could get them if he wanted them, but they live in Cincinnati, so I don't think he's ever been interested in getting.
Speaking of that, Cincinnati is playing Baltimore this weekend.
Yeah, that's a big fantasy game.
Yeah. So, who you got in that game?
Where's it at?
I think it's at Baltimore.
I'm going Cincinnati.
I'll go Baltimore. I think
you would go Baltimore.
Yeah, I just think with J.K. Dobbins back at full force, I think they're a tough team to compete with. Cincinnati, I think, has the better defense for sure, but I just think Baltimore has the more explosive offense right now because The Bengals' offensive line leaves a little bit to be desired. I don't know.
They're more or less better.
They're more or less better than the Ravens' offensive line for sure. Honestly, dude, I think that is. I still think I've thought it most of my life. That is the number one priority in the NFL is offensive line. It's the only reason why we're 2-2.
I would say the number one priority in the NFL should be concussion protocols.
I would say lowering prices for beer in the stadium.
What a woke bitch Dan is. Listen to this guy.
Really? You're talking about the line? Like the libtard you are?
I think concussion.
The line is the most important part of the game because the line is there and you can't cross the line. Yeah, give me that shit.
Concussion protocol. Those announcers on Thursday Night Football should be fired.
The concussion protocol. I don't know. I mean, they should protect people, but the beer prices.
And you like the libertarian you are, like they should lower the price of beer.
Dude,
should. That's ridiculous. Fucking $15 for a fucking beer.
Then don't drink or sneak your own beer in like an American.
Nobody knows. True.
I'm lazy.
Nobody knows that Aaron Hernandez did all of that because of CTE. It's not been proven.
I don't know. Netflix made you think that he did all of it because he was secretly gay.
Yeah.
Netflix,
I saw that one. I actually watched that. I was like, wow, he's secretly gay.
Yeah. I don't think that's a line that most people have to think about. Like,
what?
Am I going to be gay, or am I going to be open about my gayness, or am I going to murder a bunch of people? I don't think that's the bar for anybody that I've ever met. I don't think
that's what Netflix thought.
Yeah, I think it's like I'm either going to tell everybody or I'm not going to tell everybody, and I'll be sad. I've never seen anybody that's like I'm not going to. But like nobody doesn't come out of the closet now. Like that was like early 2000s kind of thing.
I don't know, man. I think it's still kind of a thing.
Really, I don't know. I think that stuff's a lot more accepted and open and it's good.
You'd be surprised.
It's definitely a lot more accepted and open, which I think is a good thing. But you also got to look at state per state. I mean, it's the way.
I just know when I was in high school, like nobody was out of the closet. Like we didn't know anything.
Like a Democrat in Montana is different than a Democrat in New York City.
I mean, that's true. Yeah, there are still states that are ass backwards that.
And a Republican
choosing
in New York
Montana
City is a lot different than a Republican in Alabama.
Yeah, but they're still Republicans either way. Let's talk about something.
Boy, that's a generalization if I ever heard one.
What do you have on the agenda? You're supposed to have an agenda. Where is the agenda?
I'm supposed to have an agenda.
Yeah,
we talked about the what the fuck, the Ravens and the Bengals, Steelers playing the Bills. Going for Bills there, right?
The Bills are gonna kill them. They're gonna.
I can't wait. Well, they're gonna have Kenny Pickett in there,
dude. They're gonna murder Kenny Pickett. Like it's not even gonna be close. He's a rookie quarterback starting in his first game, going against the Bills. The Bills are number one in passing yards allowed, running yards allowed, and air yards allowed. And the Steelers' rookie quarterback is going against them in Buffalo for his first game starting. He is going to get murdered.
Yeah, this is going to look a lot like a Tim Couch rookie year game.
Ooh, that's going to be brutal.
He's going to wish he got hit in the head with a helmet by the end of the game. Yeah. But damn, that would have been a lot easier than this shit.
Dude, then he'd have to go into the concussion protocol.
And the Steelers' defense sucks because they've lost 3 of their star players for the year. Like they're struggling, man. Basement dwellers. That's what Steelers are this year. That is.
Well, I couldn't be happy.
I know.
I saw a great cartoon of last night's game where it was what happens when they take Matt Ryan into the blue tent and they put a blindfold over Matt Ryan's eyes and somebody's holding a gun.
There's nothing I love more than talking shit to my little Steeler buddy at work. That's it. It's the best. Every day I walk by him this week. I'm like, Basement Dweller, how you doing, buddy? That's it.
You know, speaking of backup quarterbacks that get thrown in there. So last week, I was actually pretty happy. I know I sent a text to you guys. I was like expressing my joy on being able to get to watch Brian Hoyer, quarterback for the New England Patriots.
Yeah.
And then he goes into the concussion protocol.
Yeah, I was actually excited because I figured because Hoyer got hurt, we wouldn't have to talk about him. And then you brought him up anyways. So
I'm always going to find a way to bring up Brian Hoyer. So, but the guy that came in for him, Bailey Zappi, his first game is against the Packers. I thought he did okay, man.
Dude, they were talking about it.
Yeah.
They were talking about it on ESPN this week when I was at work, and Mike Greeny was like, this Bailey Zappi might have something to say about the job when Mac Jones comes back, and well, he's looking pretty good. He could be the next blah blah blah. And I'm like, dude, there is no way that there's going to be a star quarterback in the NFL named Bailey Zappi. That is not happening. There are some things you can't do because of your name, and Bailey Zappi cannot be an NFL quarterback. I'm telling you, it's not going to happen.
I don't know, man. That's a marketable name.
It's not going to happen, man.
I can see a breakfast cereal right now. Snappy Zappies. They're sugar coated.
He's going to get torn apart.
Yeah, he's not going anywhere he wants to go.
He's going to go to the blue tent in the concussion protocol. That's where he's going.
5
That's what
years.
everybody's going to get.
5
Pretty
years.
soon, we know it'll be flag football.
I wonder if there's like a record out there, like a team who had to start the most quarterbacks in 1 year because of injuries.
Probably the Browns.
Because I remember there was the year where the Browns, we lost Delhomme, Seneca Wallace, Colt McCoy. Then didn't we lose the backup to him then?
I don't know.
No, at one point we had like that guy called Clipboard Jesus in there that played a couple of snaps.
That's not a real guy.
Yeah, it is.
I'm Googling Clipboard Jesus.
I mean, I think he had Jesus on the back of his jersey.
No, Charlie Whitehurst.
Is that him?
Yes.
Yeah, he was a long-haired guy.
Yeah.
Long-haired hippie. One of them long-haired hippie some bitches.
It's from Texas, I think. I think he went to UT.
Clemson.
Okay, maybe I was wrong. Fuck you, Dan.
Holy shit, he was a Brown, a Colt, a Seahawk, a Charger, and Titan.
5 years from now. 5 years from now, when Bailey Zappi has won 3 Super Bowls for the Patriots, we're all going pretty fucking stupid.
No, I'm the one that was propping him up. You're the one that's talking shit about him. I'm telling you, Zappies. That's like a shoe. Hey, did you get the new Zappies?
Well, for Clipboard Jesus, here's his NFL statistics. He had 219 pass completion over 396 attempts, and he threw for 2,400 yards. Had 11-8 touchdown interception ratio, and had a QBR of 74.9. So Carolina's actually calling him up right now.
And
no shit, because I think Baker's had 33 games in his career with a QBR less than 50.
Yeah. Those stats that Dan just said, those were over the course of a 16-year career.
11-8.
Hey, at least he gets some pension.
Interceptions. Dude, if I could be in the NFL for 16 years and get paid like that, I would hold a clipboard. Shit, I'd be like one of those sign spinners in front of a tax place.
Yeah,
holding that clipboard.
Dude, I would love to be a field goal kicker. in the NFL. That'd be sweet.
I guess now they don't hold clipboards; they hold those Microsoft Surface things.
Yeah, they might give him a clipboard though, just to make him feel special. It's like, here, you can't do anything with this, but you can hold it.
He's got it on a gold chain around his neck.
I mean, do we really think they were doing anything with those clipboards, anyways?
What was on those clipboards? Like a checklist? They were like, "Yep, do an interception."
They're playing tic-tac-toe.
Hangman.
Yeah.
Guy comes back in for the thing. He's like, "Is there an A?" Yeah, sir.
That would have been great in 2007. That's just what Brady Quinn was doing with Derek Anderson. Every time he came back with an interception, be like, "All right, you get another one. It's your fourth letter today, Derek."
Have you seen my SpongeBob coloring book? Is that around somewhere?
Someone wore the tip down on the yellow and orange.
You know for a fact that if they would have had like these iPads that they have nowadays, if Jamarcus Russell would have been like forced to carry one during the game, he would have been playing like solitaire while it was going on.
Yeah.
In that clipboard, what they really had were just a whole bunch of sushi menus. They were like, "Oh, did you want a nigiri roll? What is that? Let me get one of those down. You want to?" Did you
Baker
want
Mayfield's
hibachi?
just trying to check the Capitol security cameras to make sure he wasn't seen there on January 6th.
Do what?
Baker's just trying to check the. Never mind, it's a shitty joke.
Baker would never do that.
You're right. He would have been sacked 5 yards before getting on the steps.
He'd have been the first person tackled by security.
3 predictions, guys. Let's get into
3 predictions. First prediction this week is that Brandon Weeden will throw 2 interceptions and get sacked 4 times on his way to his mailbox tomorrow.
Real prediction, Dan. God damn it.
3 predictions. Go day. All right, my first one. My first one is
who the fuck said 3?
You said 3
you
predictions.
said 3. I heard 3.
No.
Yeah, I heard 3.
I said real predictions. What are 3?
Enunciate.
Wait, we're supposed to have 3 predict. All right, I'll give you 3 predictions.
Okay.
1, nobody's gonna watch this podcast. 2,
that's not a
We
prediction.
will, just not while we're
now.
live.
2, Guardians will wrap shit up tomorrow. 3, it says there's only a 1% chance of rain, but it's gonna rain Sunday. I'm gonna be miserable, and the Browns are gonna win 9-6.
9-6. Wow, that's calling a shot right there.
Fucking Cade York, baby.
All right,
I'm
my
gonna say
3 predictions. You want your
Myles
3?
Garrett gets a sack. Myles Garrett gets a sack. Amari Cooper goes for 125 yards. David Njoku goes for 90. And the score is going to be, I'm going to say 21-24 Browns.
Okay.
All right.
So my 3 predictions, I'm going to say Chubb gets 2 rushing touchdowns.
Ooh.
Jacoby goes 1 for 1, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. It's not going to be a bad interception, not something that's going to cost us the game. And my 3rd prediction is Joe Buck will sound like a fucking idiot.
Is he doing
That's not really a prediction.
Well, that's not even the Browns game. I'm just saying Joe Buck's going to sound like a fucking idiot. I've been right I predicted every week, and every week I'm right.
Every week you're right.
Hell yeah.
It's amazing. I should bet money on this.
Not to end on a note that's not about the Browns, but I'm going to. I realized today that I still have something from my days in Texas that I still use and didn't realize it until today. And that's
racism.
No. When I don't think about it and I'm trying to say someone doesn't know something, I say he doesn't know.
Doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
He doesn't know. Doesn't. I guess I say it too.
Definitely a Texas thing. Or
Hey, really quick, were either of you guys at Lakewood Village Tavern this last week?
I was.
No.
Was Baldhead Fred there?
Not when I was there. I left at like 10:30 though.
Oh, okay. I saw a video. I wasn't sure if he went up last week or not. I haven't seen that guy in years.
No one has. No. I don't know. I don't even know if I know who that is actually.
He's a good dude. I like him.
Baldhead Fred. I don't know.
I think I've seen him.
I was about to say I haven't seen him in years, and I was wondering if he was still even doing comedy. So I saw that he went up to LVT at some point, and I was like, "Oh man, I would have liked to see the guy," but I haven't been to LVT in years.
Does he have a bald head?
He does have a bald head.
Okay, that's a good name then. Do you guys have anything to promote in case people watch this later?
If you're in Denison, Iowa tomorrow, I'm doing a show.
Is that by Des Moines?
I think it might. Let me check.
All of our Denison, Iowa viewers.
Well, if you think that's crazy, in January, you guys can catch me at Merlin's Comedy Club in, I don't even know how to pronounce it, but it's in Idaho.
Ooh.
Yeah, you need a feature.
Can you be Christian clean for 30 minutes?
Fuck no. Yeah, I don't know why my mic's falling apart right now, but it is. I'll just hold it like this.
You're like, yes, you're tearing up.
2 hours from Des Moines.
Yeah, so, I gotta fucking put some more boards in here, so it's not that shitty ass table. But if anybody is in town watching this later, that's gonna be around tomorrow night. We have the Ad Hominem roast battle at the Odeon. And I will be roasting 2 different people.
That's confidence.
Yeah, man. It's I didn't know until Sunday. I thought I was just roasting Dan Handelman, and then they told us that we were doing both rounds on Saturday. So I'll be roasting Dan Handelman, and then if I win, I'll face the winner, Brandon Petrie and Drew Gigas, and if I lose, I will face the loser. I have good jokes for Dan and Brandon. I'm struggling a bit with Drew, but I'm gonna work on it tomorrow. So it's Drew's not an easy guy to write for, man. He's one of the few comics that has his shit together. So it's hard to write for a guy like that, man. He's just kind of a normal guy, has a good job.
Yeah, he's a nice guy too, man. I always like whenever I get a chance to talk to him.
Maybe that's a joke. When people ask me if Drew's funny, I just say, "Well, he's a nice guy."
I used that in a roast a couple months ago.
Got a great personality.
It was at Greg Smerdell's birthday roast, and I was like, Greg, I always talk about you. I always tell everyone what a nice guy you are and how kind you are. And you're just so special to everyone. And they're like, yeah, but I asked if he's funny. I'm like, he works so hard.
Who is that? Who
Greg
is that?
Smerdell.
Oh, okay. I don't think I know him.
Yeah, he used to live in the Cleveland region. He used to hang out at the Funny Stop all the time. Now he lives in the Outer Banks. It's good people. Love Greg.
Oh, that's the dude that runs that thing that Pete posts all the time?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's cool. W. Scott, do you have anything coming up?
No. What I had coming up got canceled.
I heard.
Yeah.
What happened? Weather or something?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. What are you talking about? Are you talking about the thing for Saturday?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that got canceled. I can't really get into that. But the other thing that I had for October was canceled too. So
okay.
That sucked.
Life. No, we'll be back next week.
I hope so.
Yeah. Go Browns.
All right.
Go Browns.
Go Browns. Later.
Everybody.